Section 5, Pedagogical and Linguistic Implications of the Reflective Cycle. The integrity of the reflective lesson planning cycle has profound implications, extending from the logistical structure of the classroom to the theoretical grounding of language acquisition. 5.1 Differentiation and Equity. A reflective lesson planning cycle is the only reliable path toward consistently differentiated instruction, DI, and instructional equity. Differentiation is often misinterpreted as simply having three versions of an assignment. True DI, however, is a dynamic response to student needs. The reflective cycle operationalizes this. 1. Preactive DI. Based on prior reflection, the planner anticipates needs and designs scaffolds into the original lesson. 2. Interactive DI. Reflection in action allows the teacher to move fluidly between small groups, providing individualized feedback and just-in-time support, adjusting the process or product. 3. Post-active DI. The evaluation of student work reveals precisely which students need further remediation or extension, leading directly to the differentiated design of the subsequent lesson. This recursive process ensures that the lesson plan is not a one-size-fits-all mandate, but a flexible instrument that adapts to the diverse cognitive and linguistic profiles within the classroom, thereby serving the cause of instructional equity. 5.2 Sustaining the growth mindset. The psychological benefit of the reflective cycle is that it sustains a growth mindset, DWEC, in the teacher. When a lesson fails to meet its objective, the reflective teacher does not see this as a personal failing, a fixed mindset response. Instead, they view it as valuable data, a growth mindset response that points to a solvable instructional design flaw. The structure of the reflective cycle, which mandates analysis, root cause identification, and prescribed revision, provides a systematic pathway out of disappointment and into practical improvement. The lesson plan, through this cyclical use, becomes the tool for emotional and professional resilience. 5.3 The linguist's imperative. Output and negotiation of meaning. Finally, the linguist's perspective underscores that the lesson plan must be assessed not only for content transfer, but for its ability to foster meaningful communication. A reflective cycle ensures that the teacher constantly checks the authenticity of the language tasks. Was the pair-share activity a genuine exchange of information, negotiation of meaning? Or was it simply two students reading different lines of the worksheet? Did the task require students to move beyond BIC's, basic interpersonal communicative skills, to CALP, cognitive academic language proficiency? The recurring reflection on language demands ensures that the lesson plan consistently meets the criteria of the interaction hypothesis. That is, providing opportunities for learners to clarify, modify, and negotiate meaning, as this interaction is crucial for turning input into intake. The reflection on action asks, how can I redesign this task to create a greater communicative gap, thereby forcing students to produce more complex, target-like language? Lesson planning is a high-level cognitive function that serves as the cornerstone of expertise in teaching. It is not an administrative hurdle, but a continuous, cyclical process. Pre-active design establishes the hypotheses. Interactive implementation tests them through real-time observation and reflection in action. Post-active evaluation rigorously analyzes the data to find root causes, and the recursive phase systematically refines practice, completing the loop. This process is what separates the merely competent teacher from the master practitioner. By treating the lesson plan as the critical document that initiates and anchors this perpetual cycle of deliberation and self-assessment, the educator transforms every instructional hour into a supervised clinical experience. The master teacher's professional development is not confined to annual workshops. It is organically and powerfully woven into the fabric of daily work, ensuring that pedagogical expertise is not a destination achieved, but a continuous journey undertaken through disciplined reflection. The lesson plan is therefore not just what the teacher teaches, but how the teacher learns.